reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are reading from the introduction, and we are going to, let me read that. Okay, then in the Vishnu Puran 6.7.61, the total energies of the Supreme Lord are delineated. Vishnu Shakti Para Prokta, Kshetra Gyan Kya Tatha Para, Avidya Karma Samjnaya, Tritya Shaktir Ishayate. The Supreme Lord has diverse and innumerable energies which are beyond our conception. However, learned sages or liberated souls have studied these energies and have analyzed them into three parts. Now let's see, what is Vishnu Puran saying? Vishnu Puran is saying that the Supreme Lord has many, many energies, diverse and innumerable, different kinds of many energies, which are beyond our conception. It's very difficult for the Jiva Shakti to understand the Lord's energies. However, great learned sages or liberated souls have studied these energies and have analyzed them into three parts. So the authorities, they have analyzed Krishna's energy into three parts. All of the energies are of Vishnu Shakti. That is to say that they are different potencies of Lord Vishnu. So all the energies belong to Krishna, Vishnu Shakti. Not to any demigod, not to any jiva, but all energies belongs to Lord Vishnu. The first energy is Para, transcendental. That is the spiritual energy, Para Shakti. Living entities also belong to the superior energy, as has already been explained. The other energies or material energies are in the mode of ignorance. So we, the living entities, we are actually spiritual energy of Krishna. Although we are spiritual, but we are marginal because due to our size, we are too tiny. So we have the tendency to come into Maya. Krishna is unlimited. He can never come inside Maya because she's his energy. But we are superior because we are conscious. We are Krishna's parts and parcel. Okay, and the material energy is mode of ignorance. There's no consciousness. At the time of death, either we can remain in the inferior energy of this material world, or we can transfer to the energy of the supreme or of the spiritual world. So the choice is ours. What do we want to do? We want to continue remain in the material world, or we want to go back home to the spiritual world? So the Bhagavad Gita 8.6 says, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajyate ante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitaha. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his present body, in his next life he will attain to that state without fail. Without fail. In life we are accustomed to thinking either of the material or of the spiritual energy. Now, how can we transfer our thoughts from the material energy to the spiritual energy? There are so many literatures which fill our thoughts with the material energy. Newspapers, magazines, novels, etc. Our thinking, which is now absorbed in these literatures, must be transferred to the Vedic literatures. The great sages, therefore, have written so many Vedic literatures, such as the Puranas. The Puranas are not imaginative. They are historical records. So we can see that our mind, we are always having thoughts. At each and every moment we have thoughts. Now, what are we thinking of? What are we attached to? We will think of something that we are attached to. Otherwise, we won't be thinking of that, We will say, why shall I waste my valuable time? We all know that time is short. So whatever we are attached to, we keep thinking. And then we surround ourselves with a lot of media, social media, with newspapers, magazines. Before was newspapers, now it is internet. We have newspapers also, yes, on internet, not the physical. Magazines also we have on the internet. Books also, novels we have, all fiction. What happens then? then we will start thinking, oh, I read this one said this one did like that. So all this is material. Instead, if we can hear from or read from the Vedic literatures, then that will spiritualize our consciousness. So the Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.122, there is the following verse. Maya mukta jivera nahi swataha Krishna gyan, jivera kripaya kaila, Krishna Veda Puran. The forgetful living entities or conditioned souls have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Lord, and they are engrossed in thinking of material activities. That is our position right now. We have forgotten that we have an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. And because of that, we are just thinking that whatever we can experience in this material world, that is reality. And so we put all our effort and energy in this material world just to transfer their thinking power to the spiritual sky. Krishna Dvaipayana Vyas has given a number of Vedic literatures. First, he divided the Vedas into 4. Then he explained them in the Puranas. And for less capable people, he wrote the Mahabharata. So that because for us, Vyasadev, he divided the Vedas because the Vedas are so vast. He knew that, oh, people are going to get confused. They don't have such long lives. What are they going to read? How are they going to read? So he systemized it. He divided the Vedas, and then to explain the Vedas, because the Vedas are very difficult to understand. And so to explain them in story form, he wrote the Puranas. And these stories are not made up stories, but actual factual happenings that happened, That's what is in the Puranas. And then he also recorded the Mahabharata, because from Mahabharata we can understand, many people we are all interested in like social, politics, economics, all that is there in Mahabharata. But what's the trick? Mahabharata also has Bhagavad Gita. So because we want to know, oh, what happened, this family drama. So with that intention, we'll start reading Mahabharata, but we'll realize, oh, Bhagavad Gita is there. Oh, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. Oh, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Like that. Then all Vedic literature is summarized in the Vedanta Sutra. And for future guidance, he gave a natural commentation on the Vedanta Sutra called Srimad Bhagavatam. Now the Vedas, even though he divided them into 4, they're still very vast. And they are written in a way which is difficult for us to understand. We are Kali Yuga people. We do not have that qualification, that intelligence. We don't. So all these Vedas, he gave a summary called in the Vedanta Sutra. Sutra means in short form, because the Vedas are so fast. So short form he gave, and Sutra is something which can be expanded. So he summarized all the Vedas in the Vedanta Sutra. Then he wrote a commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. And what is that commentary? That's the Srimad Bhagavatam. So by reading Bhagavatam, by hearing Bhagavatam, we are hearing the cream of the essence of all the Vedas. Can we imagine? Just by hearing Bhagavatam, we are getting the cream, the essence of all the vast Vedas. So we must always engage our minds in reading these Vedic literatures. Just as materialists engage their minds in reading newspapers, magazines, and so many materialistic literatures, we must transfer our reading to these literatures, which are given to us by Vyasadeva. In that way, it will be possible for us to remember the Supreme Lord at the time of death. Because whatever we associate with, we take on that quality. We get attached to that. If we are too attached to drinking, we will take the company of people who like to drink. And then that's all we want to do. Then that's what will come in our mind at the last time, that I want to take another birth so I can continue drinking. What is our desire? So we should associate with the devotees. So in the association of devotees, we can hear the literatures, these Vedic literature. Bhagavatam should, Nityam Bhagavatasya. We should continuously hear Bhagavatam, incessantly hear Bhagavatam. That is the only way suggested by the Lord, and He guarantees the result. There is no doubt. There is no doubt. Krishna is saying that if you think of me at the time of giving up the body, you will come to me. How to think of Krishna? We practice. What do we practice? Chant the Hare Krishna mantra. By chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we will remember Krishna. By hearing about Krishna, we will remember Krishna. By speaking about Krishna, we will remember Krishna. By serving the deity, we will remember Krishna. Worshipping the deity, we will remember Krishna. So all the Vedas, it is to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. All the do's and don'ts are that. Let me do everything that will help me remember Krishna. Let me not do anything that will help me forget Krishna. That is the foundational rule. Is that okay? So we can stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.